Yes, people, welcome back to the Combat Council. Today I'm joined by Lenny, Luke, and making his debut on the Combat Council channel, returning after a very long time as well. It's
Not been all
Ume.
that long. Oh, well,
You've been out
guys.
for ages, man. But yeah, Lenny, Luke, Craig, not Craig, he's not here yet. Ume, how are you guys?
All good, all good. It's the return of the Mac and return of me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Lenny,
fantastic. It's good to see Amir's finally decided to turn up now. Connor's fighting. That's a shame, but we'll get on with it.
But yeah, obviously over the weekend during the MVP card, Francis Ngannou's walkout, Dana White went on Instagram Live and he did announce the return of the Mac, the return of the biggest combat sports athlete in the world. Conor McGregor is back to face Max Holloway at UFC 329 International Fight Week at 170 in the main event. I'm pretty sure none of us are surprised. That's the fight we did expect over the last month or two for Conor McGregor. There were a few names out there, obviously. We were all basically saying it was going to be the winner of Charles and Max. I'm looking forward to it. Let's get the rest of these guys' thoughts on it.
I think it's probably the perfect fight for Connor. He's not a guy who's going to take him to the ground, which, we've seen in his last few fights. Taking Connor to the ground, it's not his strongest asset, shall we say. Obviously, Khabib had him on the ground for ages. When he fought Dustin in the second fight, Dustin took him down a few times as well. Um, but obviously, Connor's best attribute is his striking by far. But Max is also a very good striker. Let's not forget. Max has great hands. I think either one of them could win, but I think the only way Max wins is taking him, uh, winning him on points, taking him all 5 rounds. Is it 5 rounds? Because there was a rumor going around it's three. Yeah, it's
Right
definitely
now,
five,
it's
isn't it?
5 rounds. Yeah, it's 5 rounds.
Yeah, yeah. They've not said anything otherwise. But all 5 rounds has to be. But I think Connor, I think he wins it. Not gonna lie. I think it seems winnable for him. Obviously, Max is on his way down. If this was 2, 3 years ago, I think Max would definitely win. But we've seen over recent years, Max isn't the same Max he was a few years ago. He's not at the physical, level he was. He's been rocked quite a lot in the last few years, and I just think it's very winnable for Connor. It's probably his best option for a decent sized name. It's gonna sell tickets. It's gonna get pay-per-view buys or whatever, or ESPN plus subscribers, whatever you want to call it. It's all nonsense. But two big names, to be honest. It's the second fight they've had. Obviously, Connor won the first one, but it's one of them. It could go either way. It's very, like, it depends which version of Connor we get as well, and that's the big if.
Yeah.
Because the Connor we've got in the last 10 years, to be honest, because he's not been very active for the last like five. But since what? Since he fought Floyd, the Conor we've had has not been exactly the Conor McGregor of old.
Yeah, agreed. Personally, I think it's a complete and utter mismatch. I think this fight wouldn't have been competitive 5 years ago, let alone now. I know people are saying Connor could clip him, but it's like, when have we known Connor to actually knock people out? Like, he doesn't have one knockout punch power. Like, okay, we saw it against Aldo. Again, tremendous setup shot, once a million. He came into it, but like, other than that, like, okay, we saw Eddie Alvarez and stuff like that, but I just don't think it'll be competitive. I mean, again, even if this was, if he fought after the Dustin fight, I would pick Max. Let alone 5 years
Then
of booze, drugs, in the court all the time. And let's be real, he was in the testing pool like 7 times, and
yeah,
for some mystery reason pulled out. So let's be real, he's
don't
probably
know
only
why.
been clean for 6 months to a year. So he's been abusing his body all this time, and like, again, it would be the most Connor thing ever to come back and look unbelievable. Don't get me wrong, but I just personally can't see it. I mean, he's 38. I think people do forget just how old Connor is. I mean, he's only a year and a half younger than John Jones, and that just feels crazy to say. But again,
And
Connor's
obviously the
back.
levels
Everyone want,
dropped with him, innit? That's the biggest
yeah,
thing.
yeah. I mean, he did look good striking wise in the third Dustin fight before the leg break.
Yeah,
But again, that was 5 years ago, so
and it was about a
it's,
minute and a bit.
yeah. And this is at welterweight, which again Connor has blown up in the last few years. He's slimmed a little bit more down now, so we don't know how the cardio looks. Again, Max is known for his cardio. And even if, right, I know he got absolutely mauled by Charles, and even if people say, oh, Conor could take him down, like, what does that do? I don't think Conor could keep him down. That would tire Conor out himself. And if Max isn't getting your back, well, Max got his back for about 4 minutes in the first round and couldn't put him away. Conor's not doing anything on the ground. Let's be real. I don't think he's keeping him there either. And it would just tire him out. So I don't think the whole argument about him taking Max down is even valid anyway.
Yeah, I don't think he can take Max down. Connor's never been known for his takedowns anyway.
I know he took him
this
down
fight staying-
a few times in the first fight, but yeah.
I see this fight staying on the feet 100%.
Could be.
Mhm.
It's
The
gonna be
only
a
time I
strike.
think Max really uses wrestling was against Yair Rodriguez. That's about it. And I don't think he really uses his wrestling at all. So I can see 5 rounds of stand up. I want to get Luke's thoughts. He's on mute right now.
Yeah, well, you talk about the striking and the stand-up and stuff. I think Conor's been working a lot on his jiu-jitsu. That's something very clear. He's got his black belt in the last few years, and you've seen a lot of footage of that come out. And the way Charles just beat Max, it wouldn't surprise me if Conor looked to mix in the grappling sometime. He did it the first time they fought, had a lot of success with it. But I think this fight in general, it just comes down to how washed is Conor. He's been out for so long. He's had such a bad injury. If he was at his best, I think this is a 50-50 fight. Maybe, in fact, I'd probably back Conor because of the weight difference, but I just feel with the time off, I just don't see how anyone can be anywhere near the same. So I'd favour Max.
Since the last time Conor fought, Max Holloway's had, I think, 8 fights in the UFC. Let me just name the names he's fought. So Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, Ilya Topuria, Justin Gaethje, Arnold Allen, Yair Rodriguez, Alexander Volkanovski, and the Korean Zombie. He's fought the best of the best in that division. Gone 5 rounds with
But that's a lot of that's a featherweight though.
No, but my point was he's been active, right? He's been in there. He's been in there a lot. Like fighting 8 times in 4 or 5 years is a lot, to be honest. And Connor's going to be coming off not fighting for 5 years at all. So, like Umesh said at the beginning, it's going to come down
fighting his drug
to
addiction.
how washed Conor is, right? Like, I don't think any of us can really make an accurate prediction because we don't know how Conor's body is. We don't know how he's looking after the body. So I think it's gonna all come down to that. But as Luke said, I'd probably still favor Max Holloway. I'll be honest with you. Even we forgot it's a welterweight, and Max Holloway's never fought a welterweight. It's his first time fighting a welterweight, which is something I think you got to take into consideration. Anyways, Conor's been there. He's won a welterweight against it was against Cowboy Cerrone, but he's been there and he's beat someone.
He beat Nate a welterweight as well.
He beat him a welterweight too. So he's been there and done that. Is Max able to go there? Will he have the same? Will he have that same hand speed that he had?
It's the chin as well, Max, isn't it?
And the chin. Like
he's been getting dropped a lot.
Let's not forget,
he's been getting dropped a lot
Justin
recently.
Gaethje fight, he got dropped. The fight after that against Ilya Topuria, he got dropped. Charles Oliveira, obviously, that was more, ground game. But
also,
Conor's
not looked good.
Dustin dropped him a couple times too.
I forgot that Dustin fight. Dustin dropped him as well a few times, yeah.
Yeah, but Conor's also been, realistically, he's been battered in his last however many fights, bar the Cowboy fight since Floyd. He's not looked good.
I thought he looked alright though against Khabib and Dustin. I don't think it was bad performance.
You don't think I think Khabib absolutely battered him. Let's be real.
I think he got battered, but I don't think he looked bad. I think he just got beat by the better guy. Same with the Dustin fight.
I think Conor's legitimate win that you can take some credit to was the Alvarez win, which was 10 years ago. And Max Holloway
exactly
13, 14 times since then. Getting wins.
I was in year 7 when Conor did that.
Yeah.
I'm about to graduate uni.
So I think we can all agree, it's going to come down to how well Conor's body can hold, how well he can hold, if he's in the right place mentally, physically. So
one thing I'll say is he's always been a very hard trainer, Conor. Like historically, he's always trained like a dog. When he's locked in, he's locked in. I think he'll have had a proper long camp for this, and you'll be as best he can be at this stage of his career.
I just want to give a special shout out to Chandler, man. I feel bad for him. He's been pushed for this fight. He was on Monday Night Raw calling out Conor McGregor.
He called it for 2-3 years straight, and he got roughy on the White House.
Every single time.
That was probably still a fight to make, I reckon.
Well, it should have been the fight, to be honest. It should have been the fight.
Yeah.
But I think that's a more competitive fight than this. I don't really see how far away it is for the time off.
So, obviously, before we move on to the rest of the card, I want early fight predictions. Let's start with them, man.
You know what? I'm gonna put a wild card out there. Round 2, Conor McGregor knockout.
Okay, Luke.
Everyone's gonna say Max, so I got to change it up a bit.
No, I think Max will win probably in round 1 or 2. I think it'll be quite early. I think it could get bad and Conor might look a bit washed. I'll go round 1, Max.
Lenny.
Round 2, Max. I think we've seen Conor take a few shots, obviously, in these last few fights. And although Dustin, I mean, I don't think has incredible power, but once Conor gets hit a few times, man, like the cardio drops, like he looks absolutely fucked. And yeah, I mean, with Max's striking, and obviously it's at a higher weight, but with the amount of output he can generate, I think he catches him and it builds up over the first couple of rounds. Maybe
I
a
think
late round
Conor-
2 finish.
I think Conor's best chance of winning is if he somehow gets it down to a 3-round fight by just saying, I'm not fighting unless it's 3 rounds, and then just wrestling Max for 3 rounds, using his weight, using his slightly better grappling. I think that's probably his best bet.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't surprise me if he did that, honestly.
I'm going for a slightly later stoppage, round 4, Max Holloway. I think Max does have pill of hand fist here. Like, he's not going to knock out Conor McGregor with 1 punch. But like you said, it depends, what state Conor comes into the fight. So we haven't seen Conor in a 5-round fight since...
Dustin was a 5-round fight.
Gone the full 5 rounds.
Diaz second fight.
I was going to say, how long ago
UGL.
was that? It was a long time ago. So we
Long
haven't seen
time
how he
ago.
does in them later rounds. So it will be interesting to see. Obviously, talking about the rest of the card, the main event is Conor v Max. A fight we also knew was going to get made. Paddy Pimblett against Benoit Saint Denis in the co-main event. I think there's a massive skill difference here. I'm not gonna lie. I think BST should make this easy. I don't know about you guys.
Nah, Paddy. I think Paddy wins.
You think Paddy beats BST?
Yeah.
What makes you say
I
that?
think Paddy finishes him. I just think he's a better fighter.
How does Paddy finish him?
Don't know, but I just think he finishes him. I've got the feeling. Again, everyone always doubts Paddy, and obviously I know he lost his last fight, but everyone doubts Paddy every single time, and
Did
Paddy
they?
always every other fight, as in
I
even
think
the last fight.
Gaethje, Tony, and Bobby Green, he was a big favourite going into all those.
I don't think he was favourite for the Gaethje fight, to be honest.
I mean, to be fair, the reason he got doubted is because he got battered against Jared Gordon and should have lost that fight. And then he fights Ferguson, and it's like, okay, he's on a 7-fight losing streak. Then he fights Bobby Green, not calling him King Green. And yeah, that's a nice finish. Okay, got him away early, whatever, right, cool. And then he fights.
He was favourite going into all those fights.
He's got a very good finish rate, to be fair.
Against old men, yeah, I agree.
Granddads, that's why.
He only fights what gets puts ahead of him in it. He doesn't make the fight.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but like, there's a reason why he's.
That logic doesn't work when he's lost, though. If he keeps winning, you can say that. But when he's lost to Gaethje, who's 37 and completely washed, you can't really say that.
It's also fair enough to understand what kind of fights he was given. He was given these older guys to look better than what he is.
Bad against Gaethje as well.
He was getting dragged around.
He was getting dragged around, of course, but he had good heart in the fight. He showed. He obviously clearly.
I don't think you can say he didn't look bad. Then, if you're in a 5-round fight and the only thing you've shown is you've got a decent chin and you won't give up,
good heart is just getting beat up. That's all it is.
I mean, we all know exactly where this Paddy bite is coming from, so it's not like we have to.
I mean, to be honest,
on the other hand, though,
with BSD, I don't really rate super high either. I think they're both just sort of I wouldn't even say Paddy's the best, but I'd say they're two of the best of their sort of generation when there's just not really anyone coming through. So I think they're just in a career.
Paddy's not winning a world title anytime soon, but neither is BSD.
I think BSD's definitely got more chance out of the two of them, but I don't think either of them are sort of near really or armoured.
BSD did impress me against Ruffy. He did impress me.
He's all right, BSD, but I just don't think he's quite the top level. But I think he should win this fight quite easily, shouldn't he?
Yeah, BSD is a weird one though. Like, he reminds me of Gaethje in terms of like you don't know which version is going to turn up, because like we saw him get outclassed in every aspect of MMA against Moicano.
Nah, the Moicano was it was like a weird takedown. He sort of just ended up like falling in.
I know, but like, yeah, but I know, obviously a little bit weird, and people say, "Oh, it's a fluke," but like it did happen. And then obviously we saw him against Rufi, which he was really good in that fight. And then against Dan Hooker, I think he got hit with a body shot early on. And he looked really hurt, and obviously done really well to bounce back from that and get the stoppage. But yeah, BSD should win this, but yeah, both of them are just not great, are they?
Yeah.
No, I think BSC is
How
definitely the
about
better
BSD
fighter.
too?
Oh,
Fight
yeah,
after
yeah.
that, Corey Sandhagen against Mario Bautista.
It's a great
Fight
scrap.
in the bantamweight division. I think this is gonna be a really good fight.
I think it'd be a good scrap. I think it'd go either way as well. I'll probably edge
Bautista
towards
could
Sanhagen.
nick this, Like, I'm not gonna underrate Bautista, but I'd always favor Corey in these kind of fights. I don't
Was
know about you guys.
Batista's last fight losing to Umar?
Wasn't it Oliveira
Oh
in the fight
yeah,
now?
he beat him in it. Yeah, he beat Oliveira. Yeah, I forgot about that fight completely.
So yeah, I'll
But
probably favor Corey in it. But again, that's a really good fight on
I
card.
think Corey edges it just about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that's a fun fight. We'll see. I'll probably back Corey there as well.
And the fight after that, again, another really exciting fight. Lorna Kavanagh against Brandon Royval. A great test for Lorna Kavanagh, in my opinion, after his last impressive performance against Brandon Moreno, which I don't think any of us really expected that kind of performance. And Brandon Royval is becoming that kind of, well, I think it's hard to call him like a gatekeeper, but he is that guy you fight before you get in the top, 3-4, I think, of the division. So I think this is going to
Nice
be really
little
good.
gatekeeper, innit?
Yeah, I wouldn't, to be honest, I hope Lorna Kavanagh wins just because that division gets more contenders. But yeah, again, a really good scrap.
Yeah, Lorna Kavanagh is
Yeah.
one of the few flyweights I actually care about. I think the division in general I find quite uninteresting. I'm not really bothered by it, but obviously Lorna Kavanagh from the UK, exciting to watch, young guy. I quite like him, so big up Kavanagh.
Opening the main card, making his UFC debut, Gable Stevenson takes on, how do you pronounce the guy's name? Elisha Ellison. I've never watched this guy fight in my life. I don't know who he is. I don't know if you
He
guys.
Yeah.
fought Brandon Perisic.
Oh, did I?
Yeah,
And I'm assuming he lost.
yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think they've just fed him to Gable in it.
I'll lay
But
up for
again,
Gable to get a finish. Yeah.
the most
Yo,
I've seen of
Gable's-
Gable Stevenson is him in WWE, and he wasn't great. Let's just put it
It
like
wasn't.
that.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
He's only 25, isn't he? So they're gonna slow build him on it.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's different to his professional wrestling career. Obviously, was he an Olympic wrestler? Did he win
Gold
gold?
medal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gold medal, yeah. So he's going around that
NFL as
angle.
well.
NFL as well. That's
Yeah.
what everyone's been the
He'll
NFL.
be ranked in a year because as long as he's got wrestling, he'll maul like anyone that's
Yeah.
not ranked more than likely.
He's
And then
gonna
when
be
you
one
go
of
to the
them, innit?
rankings, he'll be like top 8 in a year and a half more likely.
He
Yeah,
did look a bit questionable in one of his regional fights, so I'm guessing that's why they're sort of putting him in the
Oh,
shadow
yeah,
end to
yeah,
start off
definitely.
Yeah, of
with.
course.
There's talk of Ty Bora, but I think they've decided to just ease him in first, give him a couple fights. He's so young for a heavyweight. He's got ages. There's no need to just throw him in anytime soon.
But yeah,
Mhm.
again, I'd rate this main card a solid 8.5, 9 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie, it looks really, really strong. Obviously, both the first fight, which I don't really care about. The other 4 fights are all really, really good fights. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe. I
Yeah.
think there could be a few decisions. It might get a bit boring. You got Whitaker and Krylov's on the undercard as well.
Yeah, I'm just pull
yeah.
up the.
Cody
Oh,
Garbrandt
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, I think it's a solid main card. It should be some fun fights. I think there might be a lack of finishes until the co-main, which could be an issue. Hopefully Gable Stevenson does something cool, but I think that double header of the
Isn't
flyweight.
Luke Riley on the undercard as well?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
fighting Kai Kamaka.
Yeah.
I think the
Shout out the boy
double
Luke
header
Riley.
of the flyweight and bantamweight fights could drag on a bit. They
And
could get a bit
Tracy
boring.
Cortez against Wang Kong.
Oh, yeah,
Audio
that's gonna be a great fight. Tremendous viewing.
Yeah. Shout out Tracy
And
Cortez.
obviously, Lenny's boy Cody taking on Andre, which again is gonna be
Yeah,
really good.
the title run starts now. We smashed up that last bloke, They had a massive underdog. He tried to get us out the fight, man, with a few low blows. But yeah, man, title riot starts now, man.
Yeah, I think International Fight Week is really strong. Obviously, you've got the biggest star in combat sports in Conor McGregor, and then you've got a really good undercard. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'd be a solid card. Just hope I don't fall asleep midway through again.
But yeah, I think that's the Conor McGregor video done. Obviously, we are going to film a video the rest of the week's MMA content. So keep an look for that. We'll have a lot of different MMA videos coming out in the next week or so. Obviously, we got the boxing coming up this weekend as well. There is no MMA this weekend, but I'm sure we'll get 3 videos out. We'll chance some videos out, don't worry. Luke, Lenny, anything you want to say before you wrap up?
No. Pretty sound.
Nah.
But yeah, obviously we made the channel last week. If you are new to the channel, make sure you do give a like, give a subscribe, share this with your combat sports friends. And yeah, we'll see you next time.